What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. I'm Jaws, he also known as Mario. Alongside me, I got Hav.
Yo.
I got Six.
Yo.
And today, we're going to be talking about Civil War, an A24 film. You know, my favorite studio that Hector likes to talk shit on.
I mean, just for those two movies.
I'll give you. I'll give him Low Light Spoon. I'll give him that.
Well, no, I don't
that
talk
shit. That shit. No. I'll give him that. That shit was whack.
Which one?
Love Light. Was it Love Light?
Love is Live. I mean, I enjoyed
disappointment,
it. Disappointment.
Because they lied in the trailer.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean,
they misled you.
It was still enjoyable, but I don't hate on A24. It's just ever since I saw Men, right? I know Broken Record. It's just like I'm like, all right, I'm just waiting to see. And like that other A24 movie, that we saw the trailer for. What is it? I saw the TV glow or something.
Oh, that shit.
That was a trailer.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
it doesn't
that
look interesting.
movie. It could be another miss. It could be like
that movie. I'll wait to check out when it's.
I'm down to check it out
on the sites.
Like if we don't have anything to watch or anything. Okay, like I'm down to check it out.
Then.
I mean, I don't mind, but that's like another movie that's coming out from them that I'm like, all right. I'm not really super interested in. Same with Twisters.
Oh, that tornado one?
Yeah, that one. I'm like,
I want to watch that one.
I feel you on that one.
Like I don't know, like Wiki. Like to me, it gives off like those vibes of like Sharknado, where like it's kind of like
I know what you mean.
Like what's the point? Like what the fuck? We just chasing tornadoes, man. That's
yeah.
Is the tornado gonna get a conscience and go crazy?
Yeah, right.
Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man.
It's a disaster movie.
I mean,
it's the sequel to Twister.
I never seen that one. Is that an old one?
That one's from the
which one?
Like early 90s.
You say Twister?
The first Twister.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
From like the early 90s.
Oh, and we also saw the first. At least this is my first time seeing the trailer of Maxine.
No,
yeah,
I saw it already. I saw it.
I hadn't.
Amen. Well, you got to get on the first two movies, girl.
Yeah.
You got to go, girl.
They're good, bro.
The thing is, Mario, this is I'm kind of curious about because we know. So first it was X, and then it was Pearl, right? Then it's Maxine. Pearl is a prequel to X. Right? And so my thing is, this movie is a sequel to Pearl.
But still a prequel.
But still a prequel to X.
Yeah.
So I wonder how it's gonna play out and how she becomes that person from X.
Something has to.
You know what I mean,
I can't
bro?
say anything. Fuck.
No, he hasn't seen it, but like, I'm really curious. I'm like, you know what, man? I gotta see what.
I thought. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. You're right.
Right? It's so strange.
I'm just like, wait, if she goes here, how does this play out over here?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Right? So we just gotta wait and see. They're good movies. Hob, you gotta watch them, bro. They're good movies.
I'll have to check them out.
But what was I say before you dive more deep? That was a little intro. Remember to follow us everywhere, guys, at Heat Ray Vision Podcast, and remember to leave a review on Spotify and at Apple Podcasts. If you do leave one, we will obviously shout at you out here on the pod. But yeah, man, this is Civil War.
Civil War,
backed up by A24, like I said earlier in the pod. Was looking forward to this one just because this is more of a military-esque movie, and obviously those type of movies kind of get my attention. But what about you guys? When did you first hear about this movie?
When we got that first trailer, I think Danny, shout out to Danny. Danny sent it to me.
Oh, he did?
He sent it to me, bro. Like right away, he's like, yo, bro, we got to check this out. And I looked at it, I'm like, yo, this shit actually does look cool. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see it with him. We were going to see it with him last weekend, but I was sick. Oh, and that explains why this review is going up a week late. It's because I was sick, man. I was fucked up. I was like in bed for like 3 days, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was super. Yeah, man. It hit me really bad and stuff. And at the same time, I had to record super synopsis for the Cape Shit Podcast. If you guys are listening, don't know, Hav and we have another podcast called the Cape Shit Podcast, all about superheroes. Go check it out. Be link in the description. But I had to record super synopsis, and I tried, bro, and it was a rap. So you know that sick voice. So I'm like, dude, I can't do anything right now. So what I was doing throughout the days is I would record it and edit it and make sure, okay, what I have down, it's under a minute, and honestly, bro, it took me 3 tries, man. I had to cut shit out, edit it a certain way. So I think that's the most annoying part as of right now is trying to get the super synopsis under a minute and re-recording, because I'd have to edit it and shit. That takes a little bit. Oh fuck, it's not quite right. I gotta go back, take a couple sentences out, re-record it and re-edit it. It was man. But everything else is. It was pretty smooth. I mean, go check it out, guys. Iron Man 2, the super review is out on the Cape Shit Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And Oh, and then before we get into the review real quick, right? I wanted to wait to tell you guys on the pod, right? I got some tragic news, man.
Oh my god.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
I got some tragic news, man.
Oh shit.
So after I finished editing the super review for Iron Man 2,
Okay.
It corrupted.
I was like, no.
Oh.
I was like, thank God.
It's
Actually,
on YouTube.
yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh,
It's out right now.
How would it corrupt?
I thought you were talking about like you recorded
Corrupted.
something. I thought I just finished recording
No.
this. I uploaded it. Got corrupted.
No. So after that was said and done, after I was like, okay, I felt better. My voice was good. I recorded. I edited and everything. I'm done, right? I'm like, finally. I finally got it up. Now I could chill, man. Let me boot up my PS4. I'm playing my PS4, bro. I'm playing with my friends and stuff. And all of a sudden, my screen just flickers. Just flickers and black screen.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm
like, what the fuck just happened? And I'm like, all right. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's not my monitor. It's on. So I look at my PS4. My PS4 is blinking blue, and I'm like, what the fuck going on? I change it up. My PS4 don't work no more, man.
No way, for real?
It's a wraps, man.
For real?
It turns on. It just doesn't show picture. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I connected my HDMI, the same HDMI, to my PS3, my PS5, and it works. It's just not my PS4. My PS4 just blinks blue. And it's supposed to blink blue for a while as soon as you turn it on, and then it turns white. And it just blinks blue, bro. That's it. It's a wraps. And I was looking it up. They're saying it's the blue light of death. And I talked to one of my nerdy friends who like be opening up like PS3s and repasting, like what's that, the thermal paste and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd, right? I'm like, what's up, bro? This shit's tripping. He's like, it could be your HDMI port. I checked my HDMI port. The pins are fine. He's like, could be the power supply, because it might not. It could be the power supply. You're gonna have to replace it. That's like maybe $30-$40. And he's like, but honestly, bro, it's OG PS4. Let it die. Don't even try fixing it. And I'm like, damn, bro. That's facts. Because they would low-key clown on me. He's like, bro, why don't you play on your PS5, man? You have a disc. You could play PS4 games on your PS5. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like my PS4. I like the UI better. You know what I mean? And they'd be clowning on me. Saying like, oh, just well, we all had to move on. Now you got to move on, bitch. You got to get used to it. You got to get used to it. I'm like, yeah, I guess. And it sucks because I had this PS4 since launch, man, back in 2014. Was it?
Around there, yeah.
Javi's like,
I forgot.
damn, bro, that's crazy. I had 5 PS4s in the span of since then, because I just be breaking them. I'd be stacking them on top and shit.
That's funny.
No, but no, why are you surprised? Haven't you had your PS4 that long?
Well, yeah, but my shit's in storage because I got the 5 now.
Oh, well.
I think.
What about you, Mario?
I had. Well, you have mine right now.
But you didn't. But did you have yours? But did you have? Did you get yours launch? No, it's not.
That's a slim. I didn't get the slim launch. I got
crazy.
it probably like a couple months after. No, probably like a year.
And you know what's crazy? That this shit launch was like almost $500, bro.
Yeah,
Ain't that crazy, Hav?
No, it was like 400.
But plus tags.
Yeah,
450.
Yeah, around there.
450.
I think
I was
I paid
gonna
the
say
same
because
for
I
that.
remember that a lot of people went with this because the Xbox was $100 more.
Oh, the PlayStation? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't
No,
know
that's
that.
true. Yeah. They got shit on and stuff. I remember when
Wow.
like I mean we talked about this before, I think, but remember when they tried doing where you couldn't share games and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was insane, bro. I was
That was
watching
funny.
it. I was on my Xbox. I was watching the presentation on my Xbox 360 with my friends from middle school. I had my like one piece headset, and I'm watching this, and I see the announcement. I'm like, what the fuck? We're like,
wrong
dude,
with
there's
them?
no way. And then the
They're not cooking.
PlayStation, when they did their announcement, they're like, and you could share games, and they did the sharing thing right there. He's like, as simple as that, and they just hands the game to the other person.
funny.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, man.
Fucking Xbox. What were they thinking,
I don't know,
bro?
dude.
Thank God it's not like that.
They
right?
wanted to get rid of used games.
I know that, and like, dude,
dumb.
that was like the most stupidest thing ever. But anyways, that shot him in the foot, because at that time, Xbox
Was on top.
was on top, bro.
Yep.
Despite PS3 having free online to play, Xbox was on top, bro.
It
and
was.
ever since that presentation, they did it was $100 more. The whole not used games. They did something else. I forgot what else they did.
The Kinect came with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kinect.
Yeah.
No, but there was something else that they tried doing, and that was like, what the fuck are you doing? I forgot what it was. If you guys are listening, you guys might know.
don't remember.
But anyways, ever since then, Xbox went downhill. Now PlayStation's on top, bro. Everybody talks about the PS5. Nobody gives a fuck about Xbox, man, fuck y'all, Xbox, motherfuckers. JK, I have an Xbox.
They got.
I don't mind it.
They,
okay, but listen, I'm getting off tangent. Point is, bro, it's over, man. My PlayStation's dead as fuck, bro.
That's crazy.
I had it since 2014, bro. My first ever game that I played on this bitch was The Last of Us Remastered, girl.
Yeah.
And it sucks hot, man. This shit been through,
everything,
man.
I played Fortnite on that hoe.
That's facts. No, you know what's fucked too? This is what I was kind of worried about. I have all of my clips on there.
Oh, are they gone?
I mean, I asked my nerd friend, and he's like, "Nah, bro, it's on your hard drive. So I could take out my hard drive,
okay.
and it's on there, and I could just, I guess he said I could place it in another PS4, but."
That sounds like a lot of words.
Yeah, right. I have to open this bitch up and shit. But yeah, I have my clips on there and shit, bro. Like all the Fortnite clips. I got like a bunch of shit, man. It's been there, man.
Now when he tells us that he 1v, that he solos an entire
solo squads, man.
we won't believe him.
I remember. I was there. So I can't believe.
Where the clips at?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Where the
really?
clips?
Oh yeah, show
It's
me.
on my PS4 right here.
They're in his hard drive apparently.
No, yeah, dude. It just sucks, man. I love the PS4, and I don't know. Even though I can't play PS4 on my PS5, I just think that in the future I'll probably buy another PS4, bro. And it's kind of like one of those things where I don't know. I kind of like having like
the console,
yeah, type shit, man. Like if I'm gonna play a PS4 game, let me play it on my PS4. It's super weird. I know it's super weird. But anyways, it is what it is. I just wanted to share that with you guys, man. It's been there since I was 14, man. It's been what, 10 years?
10 years.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Fuck. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much a story, man. But yeah, let's get back to Civil War, man. What the fuck?
All that came off of me saying.
I'm about to start Civil War because of this.
Yeah. I was about to say, okay, how did you hear about Civil War?
Anyways.
And don't talk about consoles.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about Delta.
I mean, you just brought it up, so now we got to.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yes, we do. Because no, listen. The reason why I say this, remember, when we do inside jokes and shit,
Okay.
and then we're like, oh, we gotta say like whatever. The reason why is because I've been there before, where I would listen to a podcast and they would mention something, and they'd be like, oh, but besides that, we're gonna move on from there, or like, oh, it's an inside joke, and they don't explain it, and it bothers me. I'm like, come on, man, like what the? Why bring it up if you can't fucking talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been there, so I don't want to do that. So Delta, let's talk about Delta real quick.
Well,
before we get to Civil
I'll
War.
be really quick about it.
Yeah.
Basically,
He's throwing
guys.
shots at me. That's crazy.
Well,
I'll be quick about it. Let me mourn my PS4, bitch. Let me mourn, okay?
Hey, speaking of
That's
shots.
funny.
Oh, that's another tangent. I was gonna talk about the Drake and Kendrick beef. That
Oh
was
my
bullshit.
Okay,
God.
that's actual tangent. That's nice.
I was gonna
Okay,
ask
that's
like,
an actual- yeah, we won't talk about that.
but what's it called?
Delta, really
So
quick.
Delta. Okay, so I found this out. I went on social media,
Real
and there was a
quick.
bunch of people that were going crazy because I guess this new app hit the App Store for iPhones. Called Delta, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I look it up, and it's a fucking emulator app. And I was freaking the fuck out because anybody who knows anything about Apple and iPhones, they are super strict with their shit, right? Like, there's like that constant joke about how like Android operating systems, like OS, like Galaxy phones, like Pixels, you can like do all sorts of shit on that phone that you can't do on iPhone. Like you can jailbreak it, you can download illegal apps, you can stream movies, like the cam shit, like when you watch shit. You can do all that on Android because their operating system is super free and like liberal, whereas iPhone, Apple, they make their fucking shit super strict. So apps where they emulate games where you play them for free but you don't buy them, and it's kind of illegal in Minecraft, right? Apple would not allow that.
Yeah.
But I guess recently their policies for putting apps on their app store, they loosened some policies that they've had for years. And it's funny because me and Hector were talking about it, and he's like, so what the fuck, bro? Like, where'd this game come from? Like, this app? Like, I'm like, Hector, this has been a thing forever. This thing's been around for over a decade. It's just that iPhones could never get this app because Apple's policies and their terms and conditions and everything restricts this app from having access. Like, I remember back when I had my iPhone 5, bro. I remember hearing about that app. I think Fabian was the one that told us, our cousin. And he was like, but you didn't go into the app store. You went to a website, and the website, you would download it onto your iPhone. And I would have it, and it would work for like 10 minutes. Then it would completely crash every time I launched it because Apple's like, hey, this is not a legal app type shit, right? So for the longest time, the emulator apps have always been a thing, but this is the first time that it got approved by Apple, and now it's on the App Store.
Now everybody's talking about
And then
it.
I was like, no way. And I downloaded it. And like as of right now, as I'm making this podcast, it only supports Nintendo systems. So that is the N60. That is the Nintendo 64, the NES, the Super NES, the GameCube. No, not GameCube. Sorry. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and the Sega Genesis. So I grew up with the Game Boy Advance. Me and Hector did.
Yeah.
I believe I had I forget who had what. Did I have the red one and you had the blue one, or was
I
it
had
flipped?
both. Like I had a red one,
Okay.
but then my younger sister, she dropped it in the toilet and it broke.
Oh.
So then I got a new one. And it was blue.
Blue.
And then I had that, and then my parents sent that to Mexico.
Gotcha. I think,
Unwillingly.
yeah, fuck that shit. I always hate when they do that shit.
Damn.
But I remember, I think I had the red one. And dude, I even saw like a silver one. I've never owned it, but that looks cool.
That one looks cool.
A silver one looks
The silver
cool.
one, yeah.
So I went back and I was like, let me see if this is real. So I went back. I found an emulator website where you can download the files, and sure enough, dude, it fucking works. So I have a bunch of like Game Boy Advance games that I had from my childhood.
That's dope as fuck.
I had DS games. The Nintendo DS. I tried downloading Sega Genesis games. Those don't work. I don't know what's going on with that, so I'll look into that. But yeah, man, as of right now, it's the number one app on the Apple App Store.
Wait, it's fucking
It's the
raw,
number
man.
one fucking app, dude. And if you go on Apple, if you go on the App Store and you look up Delta, it comes up first before Delta Airlines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And actually, Hector, he didn't get a chance to download it on his phone, so I gave him my phone,
That's
and
fire,
he was
man.
trying it out. And you said yourself, the quality of the game looks.
No, it is.
fire.
It looks great. There's no input delay. Like everything seems like sharp, dude. And it looks really
You
good.
can even play it landscape.
Yeah, you can play landscape. That also looks cool too.
Yeah.
But I personally like feeling like it's an actual Game Boy.
Yeah.
Personally, but I like that they do have that option, and it looks really fucking cool.
And then another thing is like you can like also get games for like, because if you go to the description on the App Store, it literally says, "Oh, it supports all these consoles," and then there's a bullet point that says, "And more to come." And we were like, "Oh shit! What if they add the PlayStation 1?
That'd be crazy,
PS2,
bro.
Xbox." And Hector was like, "Nah, man, that's not gonna work because a controller has more buttons." And I was like, "No, you could hook up an Xbox controller to the iPhone through Bluetooth."
That's actually cool.
And you were like, "It's a Ravs then, bro." Like, I don't see another way around it. Then I was
No,
like,
dude, that'd be cool. as
so
fuck that you could
look,
do it like
man,
that.
I just hope that like this app stays, bro. Because if this
Hell
app
yeah.
stays and Apple doesn't take it down, the developers have the chance to add more emulation consoles onto the app, bro. Like right now, it just supports Nintendo systems. But like, imagine the OG Xbox
that'd be fine.
or the OG PS1 or PS2.
That'd be
As someone who
fire.
doesn't own those consoles anymore, this is the best I got. It's
Oh
this
yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
iPhone. This is the best thing that I have closest to that. Like Hector owns, he has the OG Xbox and the PS2, but I don't. So this is the best thing I have at the moment. That's why I'm waiting. Like, oh shit, if they ever add it, bro, it's a fucking wrap.
It's gonna be, dude. I can't wait.
But
for that.
yeah, man.
The way, dude, all the different games that we could try out and shit using that, bro. Fuck, dude, it's gonna be sick. But anyways, yeah, that's a Delta, man. That's the whole Delta situation. The Delta craze, right? But okay, Civil War. Anyway, do we even answer? I mean, oh yeah, Danny showed me. I think it
We're
looked
on
cool.
him.
Oh yeah, now we're on half.
Yeah.
Danny showed you the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, I could have sworn I showed y'all when I sent it to the group chat.
No, you sent it in the group chat. But he showed me first, like privately.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Just thinking about Danny texting. That's crazy.
Danny's a busy man. Danny's a
That
busy
motherfucker,
man.
I feel like, yeah,
He's
man,
on his own
he's-
CEO
I don't ever see
journey.
him do shit. But so I saw it on YouTube. I saw that it was I saw it was just called Civil War, and I literally watched it as a joke. I'm like, let me see this shit, Captain America. And I clicked on it, and I was like, oh no, this shit raw. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's actually cool. And so the trailer really intrigued me, and basically what the movie's about. Oh, do you want me to give the synopsis?
Yeah.
So the synopsis. Okay, so I gotta contradict what Mario said earlier. It's not a military movie per se.
Oh no, I was just my first.
No, he said like his first impressions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was
But yeah, but like to anybody who hasn't seen the movie, maybe who have only seen the trailers, well, I'm here to tell you like the actual plot of the movie is that it is during it takes place, I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, different universe, multiverse.
Yeah.
shit.
basically. Yeah.
And in another alternate history where America is basically at war with each other. The movie basically shows kind of like what's been going on in the United States while it's going in its own civil war, where states are going up against the other and whatever the fuck. And you follow these group of photographers, but they're journalists, and they basically got to get from point A to point B. So essentially, you're watching a road trip movie with a group of journalists, and along the way, obviously, you're driving across the country while the civil war is going on. They tend to like encounter people, or they see certain things, and they always want to take pictures of what they see as they're driving, because as journalists they want to take good pictures for like when they publish their articles and stuff like that, right? So basically you're strapped in for a road trip movie. You're going from point A to point B during a civil war in modern times, and they just encounter stuff along the way, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's basically what the synopsis is. I honestly was like, I wonder what this movie's about. I thought they were just going to be regular civilians.
I thought so
trying
too.
to survive the Civil War. But when you watch the movie, you find out, oh no, they're journalists, and they actually have a mission. Like they actually we had to go to Washington D.C. So they're in New York, and they got to drive all the way down there, and it's like, oh fuck, man, and like all this bullshit that's been.
So you know
going
what? I guess
on.
that's a good like first question. Do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy that it was these journalists instead of regular civilians like what we initially thought, or do you think that it would have been a lot more interesting if it was just normal average Joe civilians trying to get through, the Civil War?
I think to me it would have been the same.
Think so?
I would say no. For me, I kind of like it. Even though I think my enjoyment would be the same, like Hav said, I think it provides an interesting perspective on the fact that these are journalists and the fact that they're doing this willfully. I mean, did I say that right? I don't even fucking know.
Willfully.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But it gives you the perspective of like, okay, this is how. No one really talks about these people. Let's just be real. Like whenever something actually happens in our world and we see pictures like that, we don't think about the motherfucker that took the picture.
That's true.
We just think about what's going on within the picture.
And this movie kind of does a good job of giving you a sneak peek in the world that is journalism, taking those pictures. Because you see a lot of scenes where our main character, right, Mary Jane Watson,
Yeah, Mary Jane. Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst's character, she plays this this renowned photographer, journalist person, right? Like she's really big on like with her journalism, and you can really see that like she's traveled across all over the world at different like war sites taking these pictures, and you kind of get to see like how, I mean, being a fictitious movie, but in the real world you could just imagine the sort of the toll that it takes on a person's mentality, seeing all those horrible things happen and having to take a picture of them. And you see that a lot where these same group of journalists encounter crazy shit, but she's kind of desensitized. You can't really see her being affected by anything because she just kind of like looks everything with a blank stare and takes a picture of it because she's been doing this long enough. Now, when I say that, that's not to say that I'm trashing on her acting like another Catherine Newton.
Oh.
That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying that she did a really good job trying to portray that she's just kind of grown numb to the situation.
Yeah.
And there's even one scene where like you see her just kind of like in the bathtub, and she's like reminiscing on the past shit that she's seen, and like you could just, man,
some of the shit they show is
that is crazy. Like crazy. And you're like, but like it's fucked to think like, yeah, man, this is actual shit that's going on in the world, and it is fucked. But like, imagine how much more fucked it is if you were right there watching it in front of you, and you had to take a picture to publish it for your journalism company because it's your job.
Yeah.
And like the sort of the mental toll that it takes on you. And like, I also really like that it dealt with journalists because it shows how that could like mess with somebody's head.
Absolutely.
And another thing that I really like is that each of the characters are four main ones. You could say all did a great job. Kirsten Dunst is the main one. She plays Lee, and she is the this renowned journalist person. Then she has a colleague, a partner, right? Who his name is Joel, which is funny because this movie feels like a Last of Us type of deal, and his name is Joel. Also played by a Latino actor, W. But this is not Pedro Pascal. This is Wagner Moura, who I better know this motherfucker as Pablo Escobar from the Narcos show on Netflix.
That's him?
That's him, bro.
Oh, wow.
That's Pablo Escobar.
Oh, wow.
And I love that actor. I mean,
different.
Well, that's because he's skinny.
Well, yeah.
He put on weight to play Pablo Escobar.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, dude, he's really good actor. And I only ever seen him in Narcos, and I think one other movie I think it was called Elysium with Matt Damon.
Oh, she was in that movie?
Pablo Escobar.
Oh, never mind.
That guy.
Oh.
That guy was in it.
I'm talking about the younger girl.
No.
No.
I'm talking about.
I've seen her before.
I don't
She was
think
in.
I have.
I think she was in Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
The first one or
something
second
like
one?
that. I've never seen those movies.
She was in another
I've seen the
movie.
first one. I never seen the second one.
Oh.
She
But yeah.
also was recently a new Elvis movie came out a couple years earlier this year,
Oh,
but it
wow.
was from the perspective of the wife Priscilla Presley, and she played young Priscilla.
Oh, okay.
So she was in that movie too. But this is the first time I see her in anything.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Wagner Moura. He did a really good job. I liked him as Joel. He played another really good character. Then we get to the younger girl who I don't know her name.
I don't
but
know.
in the movie,
Oh, Jessie.
in the
Jesse-
movie,
in the movie, that's
I don't
Jesse.
know her the actress's name though.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you have this other guy. It's kind of like older journalist guy.
He looks familiar too.
He was in Dune, the first
Oh,
one.
in the first Dune movie.
He is in the second one, but they cut him out.
Yeah,
Oh,
they cut his
shit.
scenes out for time, I guess. But you're basically dealing with these four people: the two colleagues, the older journalist guy, the one that's been doing this for decades, and this other girl who's aspiring to be a journalist / photographer and sees Lee, Kirsten Dunst's character, as her hero. And there's a lot of scenes where like they kind of play in hand to hand with each other. Kind of like teaching each other the ropes and blah 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 and this and that. And I will say that one of the biggest strengths in this movie is the dynamic between Jesse and Lee, because you kind of see like how she's like, oh my god, it's you're my hero, and she's like, hey, what's up, like, you know, you really don't want to get into this, but if you are, you know, blah blah blah. And when she's kind of like forced in this road trip with them to travel to DC, there's a lot of scenes that they share together where you just kind of tell that like Jessie, as a young in her 20s, right? She doesn't really, not really used to this sort of graphic imagery that she has to take pictures of. Whereas Lee is, there's a lot of scenes where she tries to console her or tries to like, she sees a lot of herself in her, and there's a lot of bonding moments between the two. I really like that. I also like the symbolism, the deeper meaning that like you have the older veteran female journalist going through it and not really being faced, and next to her is like a younger version of her. What she once was a young, aspiring journalist, photographer. And you see her, she's kind of like seeing a younger version of herself, right? Quote unquote, kind of fall and diminish to a lesser version of herself because she's starting to see fucked up shit. And she's just one of those things where it's like, damn, like, I remember when I was this young and naive, but like she doesn't know what this job entails.
Yep.
She doesn't know what she's gonna have to like see and watch and take pictures of, and sort of the toll that is gonna take on you. But I really like that. I really like how you kind of see the symbolism of like they kind of even like look the same in a way. And so I really like that. I like what they tried doing with her and the with Kirsten Dunst and the Jesse character. For those reasons, I like the imagery. I like what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
and that wouldn't have played out really well if they didn't have good actors, man. Like I think everybody did an outstanding job, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
everybody, every single character that we've met was really good. Especially that one scene that we get in the trailer. Was he? He was from Breaking Bad, right? That guy,
Todd.
Him,
Oh, the-
yeah,
That's
the
Jesse
ginger?
Plemons.
the ginger. Yeah.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah,
he
dude,
was
I
in.
liked-
He was in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh yeah, he was.
I think he was a backup. He wasn't supposed to be in the movie until like 2
Some
days
other
before the
actor.
shoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Some other actor was supposed to play that role, and then he quit, or he left, or he couldn't do it. And
he recommended
so
him.
Kirsten Dunst, right, Mary Jane, the main chick, she's married to him
Oh what?
in real life. They were
Oh
married.
wow! I had
I
no
did not know
idea.
that.
They were married in real life.
That's
So she was
crazy.
like, "Fuck it, get my husband to do it." And so Jesse Plemons literally
That
came in
makes
and shot
sense.
for 2 days.
Well, he did he did great, bro. I know it's like a small thing, but I just
No,
like-
he's great. He's such a good actor.
He did amazing.
I like them a
one
lot.
thing, right? One thing that was bugging me though. It's not. Don't worry. Listen, man. Before y'all get your panties in a twist, man. It's not something that's like critiquing like the film or it's gonna. Oh my god, it's gonna drop a point. It's just something that like I've noticed that was bugging me. It's every single shot that we've gotten with him with his gun. He always had his finger on the trigger, and that just bothered. That just bothered me, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing,
Why?
buddy? Well, number one, gun safety, Jav. You can't just have your finger resting on the trigger.
Yeah, but this guy clearly in the trailer he's shown to be a villain.
Well, sure.
He's shown it to be a problem to our group of journalists. So to me, I kind of took it like as like.
Well, the other guy. Well, that other scene of the remember the gas station scene where that guy and had those two people and like he ends up doing things whatever. He had trigger discipline. he didn't have his finger on the trigger, and he was a villain as well.
Not necessarily. That person didn't really pose a threat to anybody. The other guy was literally.
Well, I don't want to. Well, he literally murdered those people though. That's what he did. He murdered those people.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it because it's spoilers, but he murdered them. To me, that's kind of, you a bad guy, bro. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you're just killing killing innocent people. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But even that, I don't know. It's just knowing like about guns and stuff and gun safety. I don't know. It's just kind of.
That's just a nitpick.
Yeah, nothing against the movie or whatever. It's just like real life gun safety. Never do that. Never just rest your fucking finger on a trigger, bro. That just kind of bugged me. Everyone else, even that one guy that I mentioned at the gas station that he killed innocent people. Mm-hmm. He ended up he had trigger discipline and stuff. That's just because when you're pointing at someone the gun or whatever, and you could accidentally shoot. I don't know. It's just kind of. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. That's like, yo, this movie a 4, bro. Because of that shit. No. It's just something that I noticed. I'm like, oh shit, bro. It gives me.
I know what you mean.
Like, I don't know. I know it's a movie.
It's a nitpick,
but it gives me like
I know what you mean.
Anxiety.
Not anxiety. Like, how do I explain it? Like,
well, that's what the movie was going for.
No, true.
Especially that scene.
Yeah.
Well, no, absolutely. I get it. And maybe that was the case, but I think even though, if he was like someone really experienced, you'd have like that muscle memory of not doing it. I don't know how to explain it. Because he seemed well trained. I mean, he had military. We don't even know who he was, and that's one thing that I've realized in this movie. You don't know who's who and what's what. That's the thing that I've noticed. And even though that's the point necessarily is to stray away from actual politics and your views, and mostly focuses on actual people going through that shit. Mm-hmm. You know, and I understood that, but.
In a sense, I also like that you don't know what side anyone's on.
Yeah,
so you
basically.
don't know if the people you're encountering are threats or allies.
No, yeah.
Because everyone's just kind of wearing
everyone's
wearing Kevlar.
Everyone's dressing the
machine
same
guns and shit.
Yeah.
You're just like, are you a good guy? Are you gonna let us go? Or are we fucked?
Yeah.
Is this our last day of breathing?
And that's one thing that I guess maybe Danny. I'm just gonna assume maybe Danny was expecting that. Maybe other people as well. Is that we're expecting some sort of story of where, okay, how did the Civil War happen? What is the outcome of it? Who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys and stuff? And this movie does not display that at all. Like, you don't know how the Civil War started. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's good or bad. You just know that it's other people trying to kill other people.
And that's the point of it.
And that's the point of the movie, right? The point of the movie is to focus on the characters, focus on the actual people that are actually going through that situation, which I understand and I like, but I kind of wish to get a little bit more context. Personally, this is not me gonna take away a point or some shit off the movie, basically, because I know that the point of the movie is that.
Yeah.
I just personally would have liked to got more info of like, oh shit, how did this start? That's just my curiosity. Like, I wonder how this started, man. And like, what's going on? Why is the president, the bad guy here? But yeah, other than that, we're talking about the characters. You were gonna say something, but then I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say that when I saw the trailer, I'm assuming that I assumed the movie was going to go into that.
Yeah, I did too.
They were going to explain it, and I'm like, well, obviously they're not going to tell us in the trailer because in the movie you'll find out.
No, yeah, exactly.
But when you go into it, they don't really give out an explanation
Nothing.
why. And I think a part of me was like, well, you know what? What the fuck was going on? Why is the Civil War going on? But for me, I think I kind of like forgave it because at the same time, it's like when your main characters are these journalists who are just trying to take pictures and get the money shot for their article or whatever the fuck, you don't really care what side anybody's on. You don't really care about sides. You just want to get your job done. So I think if we're going to be watching the movie through the main character's perspective, they don't really align themselves to either side. They just know that people are fucking out there killing each other and like.
No, and that's the symbolism. That's what's trying to portray is like, no matter who's wrong or who's right, there's still chaos happening and people are still suffering. Even innocent people are still suffering, and that's the point of the movie. And I enjoyed it, but like, it's just me like, I want to know the lore. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? I just want to know what happened.
I think,
but I get it. That's the point.
I think one perspective that you two haven't brought up yet is that the fact that throughout the movie you hear the president saying, "My fellow Americans, we are on the brink of victory."
Oh yeah,
blah blah blah, this and that. Basically saying like we're gonna win. And I think like there's a message between that because as you go along, you're hearing these messages. You can clearly tell that he's not winning, bro. Like he's not winning. And so it gives like an insight, like, hey, sometimes don't believe your government.
That's true.
They could be lying to you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's happened in the
Absolutely.
past.
That's
and,
true,
and
bro.
that's I think that's one perspective of the movie that I think I really enjoyed because that's true. Like it's been
Yeah,
done in
absolutely.
in the history. Like the Nazis did it with their people, and they would
Yeah.
lie about like, oh, we're winning the war. When in reality, they're being lied to, and they're actually losing the war.
Absolutely. I like that it's kind of really grounded and kind of realistic because if a real civil war actually happened, I truly think this is how it would kind of play out. Some states would just be completely normal. We get some scenes where some parts of the country, things are normal. People are pretending that nothing's happening, and I think that's how it would be in real life. Especially maybe other people who are in the actual military. They take like the military's equipment and use them against other military. I think that would happen as well, like in real life, and that's what we get, you know, and that's why it's like super difficult to really understand who's who and stuff. But at the same time, it doesn't matter who's who. Point is, this is happening. People are suffering, and it's in a perspective of like what people are going through this chaos. Kind of like that one scene that we get. Where I'm not gonna go super detailed, but there's a scene where the journalists are with a group of like soldiers or militia. We don't know, right? But the point is, hey, who is that guy? He's like, we don't know. It's just somebody trying to kill us.
Oh, I know.
It's just someone who's trying to kill us, and we're trying to kill them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like that's the
I like
point.
that scene. Yeah,
exactly. That's fire. It's like
Yeah.
it's like we don't know who's in there. We just know he's trying to kill us, and we're killing them. We're just trying to kill him.
So I tried looking up to see if the movie actually did give a reason. And it doesn't.
I couldn't find anything either.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. However, I did find apparently a map of the United States and how it's divided.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They showed it in the movie. They showed it in the movie for maybe a couple seconds where it shows it's the how do I explain it? Starting from California all the way down to like Florida, I think. It's like color coded. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Man. So this is how
Well,
the
not
movie.
California, but
So this is how the movie is apparently portraying it. Because in the movie they do say that California and Texas joined forces. So that's why they're different colors. But everything in the northern states, everything that's like Seattle
Illinois,
up there.
Does it say anything? Like what they are?
Yeah, so that
They're like, what kind of American are you?
because it's loyalist states are all the blues,
Okay.
right? When California and Texas joined forces, they're called New People's Army.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so Florida Alliance is basically all the nearby states that touch Florida and touch those. And then Western forces are all those ones up top.
Yeah, I wonder what that means though.
Yeah, like I don't think the movie ever. I don't
They
think
don't really explain it.
Oh,
But I do remember-
Western forces WF. They kept saying WF in the movie.
Western forces. So I'm assuming the Western forces are the ones like the resistance, the ones that are trying to kill the.
Yeah, that's California and Texas. I'm pretty sure, right? Or am I wrong?
Is it? No, that's not. That's
Who is it?
Oh no, it is. You're right. Western forces. It's Texas and Cali.
I don't know if you noticed that the flag is 2 stars. Because
Yeah.
it's 2 states.
Because it's those two states.
Yeah, that's cool. A cool little detail that I saw.
So those are the
Yeah.
are the ones.
And I'm assuming the loyalists are just. It's probably like the people that are just normal.
Still with the I think it's people with the government. Still with the government.
Oh,
'cause
yeah?
the loyalists are loyal to the government.
Oh, you're right. You could be right. Those states. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Of course, Texas would be one of the forces.
I don't know.
Fucking Texas, man. But if there was a real civil war in this bitch, bro, it's a raps.
No, we are.
Yeah,
It's a raps.
I also really like how the movie kind of gives you an idea, as to what a civil war in modern times would look like, because it would very much look like this.
Yeah, that's what Hector was saying.
Yeah, but you know what I'm surprised is that I really thought for a fact that when this movie came out, that we were going to see social media posts from people being like, "You see, y'all, that's why you shouldn't vote for Biden." Or you know,
vote for like some
or you know
propaganda.
what, y'all? That's why you can't vote for Trump.
Oh, you thought this would be
And using this film to be like, this is how the United States would turn out.
Listen, I would not be surprised, bro, if there are other people like watching this that took it that way, and like reviewers that took it that way. Oh, look, this would happen if Trump
Won the
election again, or like something like that. I wouldn't be surprised, man. But to me, I'm like, I didn't really take it as that.
No.
I did not take it as
I didn't
that,
take
man.
it like that at all.
The point of the movie is to who cares about the actual politics of who's right and wrong. They purposely display it where you don't know who's the good and bad guy. The point is it's what's happening and what's
in our own country.
And the chaos that's happening and innocent people suffering. You know what I mean? But I would not be surprised, bro, if there's actual people saying, "Yo, bro, if Trump ran again, this is what would happen, bro." You know what I mean? Like,
and it's like, what?
like, like, you know, why, bro? I don't think anybody's trying to like die for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like Trump's back in office. Let me up my gun.
Yeah,
For real.
Trump won. Let me up my gun. This ain't cool. Let me form a militia. But I don't know, man. Maybe. But yeah, but maybe. I don't know. I just wouldn't. I don't see that, bro. Personally, but I'm sure there are people that think of it, that take it like that.
I'm sure.
But either way, yeah, guys. So if you're expecting, what are you say?
I was gonna say, here's I had another question for the spoiler-free section. I was gonna ask, do you guys have any negatives with this?
Negatives? I think
Anything that stands out?
I think the biggest negative that I wasn't necessarily expecting, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, is the ending. The ending, The ending, I think, was the only thing I could really think of that was a negative. And plus, right, for me, right, is I understand the point of the movie, right, but for me, I kind of wish there was a bit more lore of the Civil War. That's just me personally. I'm not gonna take a point off of that because I understand that wasn't the point. But that's just me personally. But the biggest issue that I did have was the ending. I did think that it kind of ended kind of abruptly in a way. And sure, I still think it's a great movie. I still enjoyed my time with this throughout this movie, but there are some questions and some things that I didn't really necessarily buy, and we could get to that in the spoiler section because I can't really get into it now, and we'll get to that in the spoiler section. But yeah, I think my biggest negative would be the ending, bro.
You felt like it ended too quick?
I think it ended too abruptly, and not only that, some character development that we've seen does not necessarily match. With certain characters, like we see certain characters act a specific way in the middle of the movie, and now at the end of the movie they don't act that way at all. And I understand the message. The message is, you know, you guys are journalists. You guys signed up for this. You guys know what the deal is. I understand that, but I still kind of wish that it could have played out differently. Actually, I came up with an alternate ending to Mario.
Oh yeah, he told me this.
And
what the fuck?
I came up with an alternate ending.
It got that deep.
It got that deep, and I think my ending is better.
Oh,
so listen, guys.
course.
So if you guys seen this movie and you guys are gonna stick around for the spoiler section, I'm gonna give my alternate ending, and you let me know what you guys think. Right?
Hell no.
Put me in the writer's room.
Hector always says that.
Put me in the writer's room.
I feel like I feel like
out.
they'd all fly.
You bitch.
No, I'm kidding.
No, just hear me out.
I'm excited to see what you're gonna say.
Hear my alternate ending, and then we'll see.
Did he cook up or not?
What'd you say?
I said, did
you cook up or
Oh,
not?
did I cook it? Yeah, right. Did I cook up or not? Or maybe I did it. Don't cook again. We burnt it, right?
Hell no.
This relates back to one of our clips. I don't think. Yeah, we never talked about this. One of our clips of our Godzilla versus Godzilla and Kong. One of it did really well. It blew up on YouTube and blew up on TikTok. And a lot of people have been roasting us, man, and shit. A lot of people have been hating on us, man. Don't let these guys cook again. They burnt the house down.
They misunderstand the whole point of the actual clip.
I mean, some people understand.
No, I know, yeah. Some people do.
And I reply to them, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, we've been getting a lot of hate. But the thing is, right, I wouldn't say a lot of hate, dude, because we have more likes and like comments of like people talking shit.
Yeah.
And people who like it, then clearly that means they agree with us.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't agree, why would you like it?
Yeah.
That's facts.
So it is what it is. But that's this whole situation. But yeah, okay. I think that's my only negative, bro. Another real quick before we get into your negatives. One more positive. I agree with Mario. Mario said this during the movie, not during the movie. After we saw the movie, was the audio design. Do you want to talk about that?
I was legit gonna bring it up.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it up.
Yeah. So I think one thing that we don't really talk about it a lot, audio in movies in our reviews,
not that much.
just because usually it never really stands out.
That's true.
But in a movie like this, where it's really grounded, not saying that it needs to be, but I really much enjoyed it that it did stand out. When you hear a gun pop off or an explosion, you feel that shit. It's like, whoa, I feel like I was in that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
Especially in the beginning of the movie where you know how it starts off with them. They're at that water station. I don't want to give it away because it's not spoilers. But that part, I like. That's like what a way to introduce the movie. You know what I mean? But I really enjoyed it. I think it's something that stands out in this film. I think it is a positive in this movie. It's one of the major positives. I don't know how you feel about it, Hub. I know Hector said he didn't.
No, the audio design was good. I like the audio design.
I was about to say they said the name in the credits, but I didn't fucking catch it. I was like, who did that shit, right?
Oh, I can't.
But whoever did it, bro, you did your fucking job. He or she did their fucking job, bro.
Yeah,
you actually felt like you were in a war zone, bro.
Every shot that was fired, it's like, whoa, what's
for me? Good.
You feel immersed.
For me, like I did appreciate that, but I think I appreciated the cinematography more.
Yeah, bro.
There's a lot of really good too. There was a lot of good shots I liked in this movie, like just certain ways that were certain shots of the movie that were propped or whatever. I don't know why, bro. I just really like a lot of movies do it. Hella fucking movies do this bullshit, but I just like when movies know how to use it with flair, like how to use it right. And it's like a scene where the foreground, right, the thing that's in front of you is blurry and the background is clear, and you see something happen, and then it shifts focus to opposite, and then it's like the person, like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of shots like that. There's a shot where like someone's camera's like the lens is super close to the camera.
Yeah,
everything's blurry. Then when they move the camera down, it shifts, and like now the background's clear and the camera's blurry. I like just little focus tricks like that. I don't know. To me, I just like when they do it. A lot of movies do that though. It's just I like it when there's like when there's a reason to it. Like when they use it with flair. It's in the trailer where like you see like it's like blurry Mary Jane, right, Lee, and it's a window and you see an explosion happen, but you know sound travels slower than light. So like what happens is that you see the explosion, but then as the camera focuses on her and she's clear, that's when you hear the boom. Yeah. And then that's when she turns to look. Shit like that, bro. It's fire, fucking raw. Yeah.
I love filmmaking like The Last of Us. When you're in the very beginning, when you're playing as Joe's daughter, and like she's looking at the news, and then there's like explosion that goes off on the side. I'm like, yo, The Last of Us, low key, man. I mean, even and like what I was saying, this low key gave some Last of Us vibes, man.
I told Hector this gave me the COD vibes. COD.
Yes.
I forgot. I think it's 2.
You said Russia invaded?
Yeah, basically Russia comes into... Which COD campaign is it, Hob? You played the...
Russia invaded?
Yeah, which COD? Which Modern Warfare is it? Is it Modern Warfare 2 or 3? It's 2, right?
That sounds like 2.
Yeah, it sounds like 2. Yeah, right? But
there's like no Russian. That shit?
Well, no, that one actually takes place in Russia.
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking about when they're legit... They're in Burger Town and you're fighting in a strip mall or whatever the fuck.
That sounds like 2, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's 2. I'm pretty sure it's
strip mall. Unless it's 3.
Not a strip mall, but you know what I mean? Like, there's like, you're outside and you're parking. There's a Burger Town over there. There's a fucking a wannabe TGI Fridays over there and shit. And so, like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, I feel like I'm in like Modern Warfare 2 right now, bro.
Yeah. And I think I just think, bro, overall is like really unique, bro. That in order, okay, it's a Civil War movie. We expect to see action. What's the best way to get like front lines action? To the perspective of a journalist who's actually there. And it's a different take, because usually what these movies will try to do, it's like an actual maybe person that's part of the militia or whatever. But then that way, you assume they're the good guys.
Yeah. Another thing is that
but they're trying to stray away from that. So I think it's really unique and interesting that it's from a perspective of a journalist from the front lines, and that's how you see the action and shit. I think that's really cool. But anyway, sorry.
I was gonna say I think I found it more interesting. I'm like, dude, is this actually how journalists do it?
Probably.
I'm assuming so, man.
Dude, because like there's a bunch of scenes where they're tagging along with actual military.
I think they
in the front lines.
Yeah, I think that's how they do it, bro. That's how they do it, because I could have sworn I've seen some clips like in real life, like people from Afghanistan, and like someone's just recording and like asking them questions and stuff. Oh, how does this war make you feel? Blah blah blah, and they're like answering like mid fucking battlefield. So I think that's what they do, bro. They actually do that, yeah. And I think that's what this movie's trying to do, is just showcase like, yo, man, look what these guys are actually doing, risking their lives for this shit. But
then there's a line in the movie that kind of represents what Hector's trying to say, where they say, our job isn't to ask questions. Our job is to take the pictures to make people ask the questions. And that's perfectly, I guess, it's a line that perfectly, in my opinion, describes the point of the fucking movie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But okay, but the negatives, right? I said I have an issue with the ending. We could talk more of that in spoilers, but
I think I had the same one, bro. I just felt like the ending happened too quick. But other than that, I thought this movie was flawless.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
Other than
Damn,
that
huh?
ending. But
Yeah,
like
I
that
think
ending
you,
to
me,
me, I
Mike.
don't think ruins it too much. But I did really enjoy the acting, the writing, and everything else.
Yeah,
I did
dude.
feel like I did wish maybe the end of the movie didn't happen so abruptly. I even though I've seen reviews of people saying that the ending ended abruptly before I saw the movie, and I think people are exaggerating. I don't think it was that bad, but yeah, it does end somewhat quick. Maybe would have liked a little longer ending, a little more time of resolution, but other than that, I thought there was no other flaws in this movie. What about you, Mario?
Yeah.
For me, I guess
He has some flaws.
no. I was going to say the only thing like I can kind of say is that the ending is kind of abrupt, but it doesn't really bother me as much. It's kind of like like would I enjoy?
I think what bothers me is the characters in the ending.
Yeah, I guess you can see why because
Yeah.
it's kind of like a real switch up with two of them. In my opinion,
and we could talk about that more. I think that's my biggest issue is the characters, how they were at the end.
But no, man, I really don't really have a major negative. If I'm being honest, I really enjoyed everything about this movie. Like I enjoyed it a whole lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
Which we'll say in the ratings.
Oh yeah, I mean we could do that now.
You want
If
to?
you guys want to?
Anything
I got
else
my
that-
points out.
Yeah, I
you
think
got everything? Who wants to go first? You?
I could go first.
Go ahead.
But I mean, I pretty much said all the positives. The negative would be the ending. Like I said, do not expect this movie to be the perspective of like civilians or maybe people in the militia. Don't expect to know who's right and who's wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's overall it's a great movie, man. I like this movie a lot. So okay, I guess we'll give my rating, then I'll say if it's worth a movie ticket. Okay, so I'm gonna man, this movie I thought it was really great, dude. I'm gonna give this an 8. This is an 8 for me.
An 8?
Mm-hmm. It's an 8. And then is it worth a movie ticket? I say so. I say it's worth a movie ticket, normal movie ticket. Go check it out. But if you are expecting like
A lot of action. That's not here.
a lot of action,
That's not
like
the point. That's not the point of this movie.
the main character gunning people down, you're
Yeah.
gonna be disappointed. It's definitely not that. But yeah, that's my rating.
All right, what do you have?
For me, I really like this movie, man. Cinematography was good, audio design, but other than that, I also thought the characters were really well written. I thought the script was good. All the actors do a good job. Sort of just like the story that it tells throughout, getting you the insight of what photography journalism goes into that and all that stuff. Like that was a really good take. Other than like the ending somewhat ending kind of abruptly, I still thought I was super engaged with this movie. There was so much that I was invested in. I found myself enjoying this movie a little more than I thought. It's just that damn ending where I'm just like, damn, I would have liked a little more resolution with it. But honestly, bro, I really enjoyed it. I think it is worth a movie ticket. Then again, it came out last week, so if you guys wanted to watch it, you would have seen it by now. Because this week now it's fucking Abigail and Sasquatch Sunset and the Henry Cavill war movie. So we're on to other fucking things, right? But if you guys haven't seen it, well, I'm letting y'all know it's worth a movie ticket because I'm giving this a 9.
A 9. Nice.
All right.
What do you think, Mario?
Well, for me, not much I can really add. I guess one thing like I can kind of just carry on with Hob is that I enjoyed this movie a whole lot more than I was expecting and kind of surpassed my expectations. I love the characters. I think I wasn't expecting to be as invested as I was with the characters in this movie. You know what I mean? And I love the action sequences we did get. I think were amazing. I was like, whoa, these are really fucking good. And it comes down to cinematography, how they all played out, how grounded it all felt, and just seeing cool helicopters and shit. I don't know. I nerd out over that shit, man. It's just raw. But yeah, man. Surprisingly, I think I'm gonna give this a 9.
Nice.
I really like this movie,
So with that being
and it's
said,
worth a movie ticket. I don't know if I said that or not.
Did you? Oh no, I don't think you did. No, you did. I think you did.
Okay, bad.
I think you did. So yeah, just to recap, Mario Hav gave it a 9. I gave it an 8. Great movie, guys. You guys should go check it out. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. We're gonna jump into the spoiler sections in 3, 2, 1. We are now in spoilers. All right, man. Now we could talk about
The ending.
the ending, man. We could talk about the ending, man, because the ending. I don't know, man. It was just I just thought it was ended too. I wasn't expecting it, man. I was like, all right, I was expecting a little bit more, shit going on. But okay, so the whole point, right? I guess let's give it like a little bit of context, right? Let's do the context shit, right? Is this journalist, the main chick, Lee? Was it Lee? Lee and Joel, right? Their goal is to go to Washington to interview the president because there hasn't been an interview with the president for like I think they said
12 months or some shit like that.
14 months or something like that.
Long.
And they're trying to get this story, and so they're on their way to over there, and that's when they bring their friend, I forgot his name,
The older dude,
Sammy,
is that his name? They bring, and then they also bring in the chick. I forgot her name. Jessie. They bring Jessie as like the tag along and stuff, and they're going to point A, point B, and they're finally at the climax. They're finally at. We don't know whose side is what. The Western forces. They're finally with the Western forces. They're patrolling the streets, shooting up motherfuckers, man, protecting the president. We see some cool helicopter gameplay. Gameplay. That shit fire as fuck.
Hell no.
Put that in games, man. That shit looks cool as fuck. We see the tanks are blowing. They're blowing up essentially the front lines of the president, right? And we finally. The president, they do like a little like a juke, like they do like a juke, man, where they try to say, "Oh, the president's leaving," and they have the cars and shit leaving. They start lighting it up though. That's crazy,
up, bro.
Then they, I don't know if do you remember the part where like they come out of the car, they're like, "Yo, please don't shoot."
People, yeah,
and they just
mow them down.
They just mow them down.
Yeah, bro.
That shit was brutal.
No mercy, bro.
That was brutal, bro.
Yep.
And they kill everyone, and this is where Lee is like, he's not in there. He's inside or whatever, and so they're on their way. They're going inside. They're doing some typical action sequences. Their military guys are clearing out the building. Yeah. And actually, before we get to it, do you remember? So that part where they're blowing up the last gate. We see Lee like stressing hard.
Yeah.
Do you see what did you guys think about that?
I think it's kind of
like she was stressing hard while the other girl, Jessie, was out there. Playing, what's that one movie where the photographer
Nightcrawler
playing Nightcrawler, taking a bunch of pictures like crazy, but Lee was freaking out and not taking pictures at all.
She was crying and
freaking out. What did you guys think about that before we get to the end?
I don't know, man.
There's a word I'm looking for. The one that comes to me is irony, but I don't know if it's the right word for what I'm trying to say. Is the irony in it is that in the beginning it's the opposite. Where Lee is just like, yo, I'm just a macho motherfucker. Like, don't nothing braze me, bro.
Yeah, nothing phases
shoot two motherfuckers, man. I'll take a picture of that shit right now, upload to my Instagram.
Yeah.
Like that's her.
And then Jessie was like, "Would you take a picture of me if I'm dead?" That's the foreshadowing.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Would you take a picture of me if I got shot? What do you think, bitch? That's funny.
But that's very much the relationship in the beginning of the movie, and obviously they go through the whole movie. Obviously, we get to this end point, and so here at the end, we kind of get a flip on that, where it's kind of like Jessie is her name,
the girl,
Jessie, where it's kind of like now she's basically become her role model, and here we are, we see Lee, who's basically like at wit's end because before this scene, or like just before this point in the movie, we see her two colleagues just die to that one.
That was insane, bro.
Which we'll talk about that scene because it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. But I think that scene really got to her, where it's like, oh my fucking god! Not only that, the old dude, her mentor, or whatever,
being murdered.
Yeah, basically got murdered by the same guy, and that's like, yo, what the fuck? Like that broke her.
That after
that was her last straw. Like that was the thing that I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more. And we're seeing that in this final act in the movie. And for me, I enjoyed it.
Well, here's the thing: she was freaking out, like at that when the tanks were there and they're blowing up the shit. Fucking Jessie playing Nightcrawler, doing her thing, right? But then after the president was, or quote unquote, the decoy of the president, right, was being mowed down, everyone died. She like got her shit, like she like came back. It was like, follow me, he's in there, like that typical. And I was always wondering, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like,
there?
Yeah, I know, right?
So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you think?
I have no idea. This doesn't explain it.
Yeah, right. She was just freaking out, and then after the walls were down, after the decoy was murdered and chopped up, she was back on like her shit. Like, oh, he's not in there, buddy. Like, and I was wondering, like, what the fuck happened there?
I just think that maybe like once she realized that like oh shit, the president's not there, we can still do what we came to accomplish here. And she kind of like locked the fuck back in, and that like helped her reset in a way. And it was like, all right, bet, let's finish this. I think that's like what I took out of it in that moment, which made her.
Actually, you know what? I know we're jumping around too much, but before we get into the ending, let's talk about that scene of her colleagues dying and Sammy passing away, because the context here does matter for what the ending, for what I'm trying to portray.
Gotcha.
Okay,
so let's talk about that first scene where the Breaking Bad guy, what's his name? I forgot his name. Let's talk about that. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about this whole scene.
So
first.
Basically, guys, we're near the end of the movie, kind of, and
Which is fire. I like this scene.
Yeah, and basically Jesse gets in a car with one of the other colleagues that they kept, for some reason they were following them and shit, and they speed on ahead from these motherfuckers, and they get to the point where they go across his house, and somehow they're captured by these guys. They don't explain how
we don't know who they are. We just know they're American. We don't know what type.
Yeah, they're American. And they're captured.
What type of American?
Right, and we see that they are dumping bodies into a ditch.
That was fucked, bro.
Hella bodies.
What y'all think about that, bro? Because when I saw that, I was like, whoa.
I'm like, okay, are they like civilians? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck was happening. I'm like, are they civilians or not? Because even I think Joel is like, oh, do they have? No, it was Sammy. I think said, hey, do they have Kevlar? Do they have gear? It's like, no. So I'm assuming they're just like normal civilians, and it kind of makes sense because
I thought he was asking the dead people.
Yeah, the dead people. Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about the soldier guys.
Yeah.
No. He was asking the dead people.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming they're civilians, and it kind of makes sense because these two guys, they have Jesse and the other dude, the other colleague that's friends with Joel, right, captive, and like ready to execute them. So and they're just normal people. So I'm assuming those are like normal civilians. These fucking guys are crazy. They're probably like, where you from? Rhode Island. Fuck that. It just kills them.
Like if you're not aligned with their interests, it's like, okay,
we don't know
want
what,
you here.
and we didn't even. That's the thing. We don't even know what American they were. So like this entire time when they're questioning, like, where you from? Missouri. Oh, blah blah blah. I'm thinking, is that good or not?
Well, that's what the thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
is that good or not? Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene, bro, that was fucking crazy. They have Jesse and they have the other guy. It's just not that important character. We just know he's a close friend of another dude that's friends with Joel. And that's when Joel and Lee and the other guy, the other Asian guy, pull up and they're just trying to negotiate, calm them down. And say, hey man, they're with us. We're pressed. You know, Joel's making up some bullshit lie, right?
Like we're all Americans. Like, come on, man. Like let us leave type shit.
Yeah. And when that guy just kills the other dude like randomly, bro, I was like, yo, what the fuck? That shit was fire.
Did he ask him where he was? And
No.
what he? No, he did.
No. He just said, "Oh, this is your colleague." He's like, "Yeah, that's my colleague," and he just shoots him.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
bro?
man.
And everybody's losing their shit because I'm like, holy fuck, these guys ain't fucking around, bro. And that's, man, he's a bitch for that though.
Yeah.
He a hoe, man. Like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Villain shit.
And that's when he starts like questioning everybody. What kind of American are you? Everybody starts.
from?
Yeah, where you
Which
from?
I'm gonna be honest, man.
What?
Why'd that dude say Hong Kong?
I don't know, dude.
I think he said China.
No, he said
no. He
I'm
said
from
Hong Kong.
He's
Okay.
like, Hong
okay.
Kong.
I'm from Hong Kong.
Oh, China.
Oh yeah. There
shoots
you
him.
go. Yeah, bro.
I was like,
Right.
bro,
Listen, man.
like if Asian people are born here too, you
Yeah.
could have gotten away with. What you mean, girl?
Where you
Texas.
from? You're like this
Yeah.
state. What's this state?
Tennessee.
Fuck, I don't know.
Texas.
I'm not from here.
But what if he quizzed them or some shit?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, you from Texas? All right.
Well, as a journalist, motherfucker, shouldn't you know what the fuck going on?
Are you from Texas? Let me see you change a horseshoe. let me see.
Hey, I'm gonna have to see some square dance before I start believing another word you
You
say.
know the hokey pokey or not?
No, that's dumb.
I would have passed that shit, bro.
Hey man, what you mean? You know who Billy Ray Cyrus is or not?
That's my
You from
granddaddy.
Georgia? You know the song Georgia. What's that? The Devil Went to Georgia. Play me a fiddle. Get this man a fiddle.
Hell no.
Bro, that's funny.
funny.
No, but that's true, bro. Because the thing is, because they shoot the Asian, and he's obviously freaking out. Like,
Yeah,
he's obviously
his friend,
crying.
he's crying.
He's like, "Yo, where you from?" He says Hong Kong. He's oh China, and shoots him. And that's kind of true, Hav. That's kind of true. When you're okay, man. Because listen, man, there's Americans, bro. Then there's fucking Americans, bro.
Yeah.
There's Americans where they think, the Chinese is out to get you. The TikTok is out to get you, spying on you, which is kind of true, low key. But we don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
I mean, Meta's doing it. Whatever. We don't got to get to it, right? But those are Americans, waving the flags. Oh yeah, fuck China. And I got the vibes that he was that type of American.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he said that is like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You already dead, bro. As soon as he's in Hong Kong, he was already a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why he said that, man. He could have saved himself and said Florida as well or some shit or whatever. He said Hong Kong, bro. Yeah, bro. But that was fucked, dude. I was like, holy shit, this guy's gonna really kill him, dude. Mm-hmm. And now he's out. Things are more intense. He upped the gun and stuff, and he's
pointing it at everybody.
Everyone's
yelling and shouting.
Yeah, dude. And then Sammy comes to the rescue because Sammy stayed back. 'Cause he's an older, bigger guy. He can't run and stuff. He stayed back, and all you see is the truck of just rams the fucking bad guy, both of them, and even including the girl, I think.
Yeah,
it hits the girl. It hits Jessie too. I think
she goes in the ditch.
Like it doesn't. It just grazes. Like it just grazes her, and she's in the ditch. We get that cool shot of like
her with all the bodies.
Oh, dude, that shit was
the cool ass shot, man.
That shit was gnarly. And she ends up getting saved, and then the other guy, not the Breaking Bad dude, some other guy, ups a gun and starts shooting at the car, and then they escape. We're like, all right, cool, chilling. But we later find out that Sammy, man, he got shot. Dude.
He got hit, bro.
He got shot, bro. And this is where I'm like, oh fuck, bro. I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm like, okay, you guys know what you guys are signing up for, right? That's the whole message of the story. None of you guys thought it was a good idea to bring like a med pack, like some gauze, like some like medical shit for just in case somebody got shot. That's one thing I was like, man, what the fuck going on, man? Y'all just let my boy Sammy die, right? And Sammy dies, man. They reach the Western Forces encampment, and fucking Sammy's dead, bro. Sammy's dead. He bled out, and this is the part where I guess it's really important because everybody's mourning. Jessie was like mourning. She was like puking and stuff, looking at Sammy, like screaming and stuff. Joel was also screaming in the car, and then once they're at the Western Forces encampment, we see a shot like that. Joel's freaking out.
He's having a meltdown.
Yeah, dude, he's screaming, bro. He's screaming because of the loss of his friend, and then later at the encampment, we find out that there's other journalists there, and they said, "Hey, the president surrendered," and so that ups the ante a little bit more because now it's Joel explains it that Sammy died for no reason, man, for nothing, essentially. And this is the part where we see everybody mourning and stuff, okay? And this kind of is important to the ending because then later on, now as they're raiding the White House and they're raiding everybody, we finally get that scene in which I remember you mentioned this where it was kind of obvious. And I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Do you want to talk about this scene?
Which thing are you talking about?
The one where Jesse's taking that shot and then...
Oh, yeah. So we're basically near the end of the movie, right? And they're in this hallway. They're having to shoot out with the last of the Secret Service that's protecting the president, right? And as one of the cool things that happened during these action sequences is that you see these journalists being journalists. You see them taking the shots, how they have to go about it.
I can kind of see why it's annoying. If I was like in militia, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my way, ho.
Yeah.
You taking pictures? Get the fuck out the way. I'm out here shooting and shit.
You gonna take a picture of me?
Say less. Take a picture of this, ho.
No. Bro, he has the gun. Yo,
get that.
He has the gun pointed at a guy. Just killed him. He's like this.
For real, right?
Now put the camera on my scope.
Yeah.
Take a POV.
That shit hard. That'll be hard. Man, bitch, give me this camera.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna mount that bitch on my rifle. Shoot tape. I'll watch this.
Send it to video record.
It's a POV shot. You want action? I'll give you action. Give me the camera. Mount it on your fucking scope, bro. POV shit. Yeah,
first.
But I'd low key be annoyed, low key.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And it's funny because they're like, don't get out of our way, or like they're constantly grabbing them and putting them back. Bitches, stay back. Because that is annoying, low key, bro. Like imagine like, oh, you're running to cover, you accidentally bump to the bitch, and then you get shot. Fuck.
Yep.
It's like, bro, really, bro? Get the fuck out the way. But anyways, go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, so they're basically in this hallway, just having a action sequence, and they're going back and forth into the line of fire, taking shots, and Jesse.
That was risky, bro.
Picks the worst moment to take a picture
in the middle of the hallway, bro. Yeah. It's like the hallway's empty. Everybody's in cover, and for whatever reason, she just decides to jump in the middle, straight center, flash, take a picture, bro.
Yep.
Instead of what Lee did, what she would do, she would run across the hallway and take picture while she's running.
Yep.
I think she did that. Yeah, she would do that.
Mm-hmm. Or if not, they'll like for a habit. She'll just slow down a little bit and take the fucking picture, bro. But Jesse stands still to take this picture, and as she's about to take this picture, the Secret Service pops their guns out, and so they're about to open fire on her. Yeah. This is when Lee notices this. She's like, "Oh my god, she's about to fucking die," and she kind of. This is what I don't get. Instead of pushing her out of the line of fire, right? She just stands in front of her.
She pushes her down, and she just stands there like look at like approval, like I did that. And then gets shot.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't. And I was
really just I'm like, bro, like why didn't she just
why
push
didn't you
her?
like football tackle her?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm telling you, my story's raw.
Yeah,
my ending's raw.
And I was just telling Hector, I'm like, yeah, it just feels too set up. And that's why in that moment I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. I was like, bro, that was too obviously set up.
It was obvious. It was obvious.
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck? So it kind of like took me a little bit out of it. Like I said, it didn't bother me that much. Yeah. Like I said in my score rating. But what's
really cool as well is like as she's getting shot, like Jesse is taking the pictures, and it kind of portrays the foreshadowing that we got. Like, hey, would you take a picture of me if I'm getting shot? If I got shot, and they'd be like, what do you think? And now the roles are reversed, where she's doing it, and she's getting her final moments of her getting shot, and she just lays there, bro. That's it. And you see Jesse is like on the floor, like shocked, absolutely has no. She's like, "What the fuck just happened? Oh my god!" And then the military people are bomb rushing in, and then we see Joel coming up and just taps her on the shoulder, like, "Hey, get up!" And he walks forward and basically leaves. Doesn't even mourn or acknowledge Lee, bro. Like he just taps the shoulder on Jesse and get up, and Jesse just gets up, not even crying, nothing, just completely shocked. I get it. And just looks, she's walking forward with Joel and just looks back at Lee and just keeps walking forward. And then now they're finally in the office where Joel finally gets the one-on-one interview. Hey, boy, hold on, don't kill him yet. Don't kill him.
Not yet.
I need a quote. Say something, bitch. Please don't let them kill me. That'll do. And they just kill him. And then Jesse's out there taking the pictures. And this is the part where, and then after the pictures, after that, the movie ends.
It just ends right
That's
there.
just how it ends.
Yep.
And this is the part where I had an issue with, man. I did not like that there was no mourning for
Lee.
Mm-hmm. There was none of that. It was just like, all right, like kind of the joke that we made, or that I was making, where Joel just like didn't acknowledge her, just taps fucking Jesse on the shoulder. Hey, get up! The president's waiting on us. Lee, don't get blood on my sneakers, bitch. The president waiting on me, and he just walks forward. Like I didn't like this because here's the thing, man. It doesn't really make sense with the characters, at least from what I've understood. Because I understand they're trying to portray, hey, every man for themselves. You knew what you signed up for. This and this and this, right? But at some point, you got to understand, like, all right, man, maybe there's some room for like a mourning, man. Like, for example, when Sammy was shot, not even dead, Sammy was shot. Fucking Joel was like, what the fuck, like screaming, and he was like, what the fuck, right? And then when we find out he died, we get a scene of him screaming his fucking lungs out that his friend died, right? His friend died. We see Jesse freaking out as well. We see Lee also like crying and doing her thing, not freaking out as much as Joel, right? But we see these types of moments of them mourning, like, dude, we just lost a friend, blah, blah, blah. And then Lee dies, one of the main characters. I would say the main character out of everybody. I know everyone's like their main character, but she's like the most prominent one,
right?
I would say, is dead. No, not a single tear from Jesse. No, I get it. She's in shock and walks away. Doesn't even check on her. Joel just taps Jesse and walks past her. Doesn't even check on Lee at all.
Yeah.
While Buddy was out here having a screamathon for Sammy. That's the part that I did not like. If I think there could have been more acknowledgement, like, oh my god, like at least check on her and stuff, or maybe I'm just coming up with this in my head. This is not the alternate ending that I had, but it could have been like Jesse, reaching out to Lee. Lee, are you okay? And then Joel could have been like, yo, they're getting the president or whatever. Like, we gotta go. And she's out there not like, no, I can't just leave her. We have to go, or some bullshit like that, But either way, I think that's my biggest issue I have, bro. Is like, why is it that we see like them mourning for Sammy, and it seems like they've grew a bond, everything they've been going through, but when Lee dies, quote unquote, supposedly. I mean, I thought she had bulletproof. I thought that was a bulletproof vest, but I guess whatever. She's dead. There's no mourning, bro. Not even a second, bro. Joel just walks past her, bro, like some peasant, bro. Like, that's my issue. What do you guys think about that?
No, I mean, you're definitely not wrong. I would have enjoyed to see just like a little bit, like give me like a minute or two of us like acknowledging like she died. Not just that. Like to me, it hurt them just walking by her is an acknowledgement to me in a good way. I should say.
Yeah.
But I guess it just didn't bother me as much. Like I do think it is like somewhat of a flaw, but
I think it's a flaw for me.
It just doesn't affect the ending overall for me like that bad to the point where like okay, this is going from a
I
9
think-
to from a
No,
to
that
an
makes
8 from a
sense.
9.
That makes sense. No, yeah. I mean, I guess I still like overall. I think it's still a great movie. I think I think the ending though is and the whole character development like didn't really match up from.
No,
with
I
these
know what you
characters.
mean.
And I think that's why what led me to not give it a 9 like you guys is like, okay, what was a switch up here? Kind of the situation like I remember how where you like, oh, I don't buy it with like Loki. Like I don't like the switch up. This was a switch up here, in my opinion. Is okay. Everything I get it. You knew what you signed up for. Every man's for themselves, for the picture, whatever the fuck, right? But I don't know. It's just kind of like, why was there so much mourning for Sammy, but not mourning for Lee? He didn't even acknowledge Lee. And then Jesse, the only acknowledgement she got is as she was walking forward, she just looks back at Lee and be like, L, and walks off. Right? I don't know. I just didn't really buy that shit, bro. They could have done something so much. They could have done it differently.
It's a scene like this that makes me think that there's got to be a director's cut.
Probably
with a longer ending, because the thing is, guys, like when movies get made, bro, like quite frankly, movies are longer than you expect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When movies are done and made, they are longer than you expect. But the movies don't hit theaters. They have to go through the execs first, through the producers, like the people that are like the higher ups at Marvel, at DC, at 20th Century Fox, Paramount, A24, whatever it is. And what they basically do is that they tell the directors to make the movie shorter, or cut this scene out, or cut this shorter, or make it shorter, or make it under 2 hours, or just make it because they want to put it out in theaters, and they just believe, like, based on focus groups and all this bullshit, that a shorter movie would be better. And that's why sometimes when movies come out on Blu-ray or DVD, that's why it says
bonus.
director's cut. Director's cut is basically the director's version of that movie without all that cut out bullshit. So part of me makes me feel like, was this ending super rushed because the director intended it to be that way? Or was it something that he had to cut short for time?
Yeah.
Was it actually in his will doing? I feel like from
To me,
filmmaker's perspective, making it end that abruptly doesn't make sense.
Okay, hear me out. I think this was the purpose, right? This was like maybe intentional, because we see Lee and these press people take pictures of people dying and not really caring. Like they care, but then they just, okay, it's my job. And now it's kind of reversed, where like Jesse and Joel they're doing their job, and now unfortunately Lee is on the other end of the stick. She's on the other end, where like now it's her, like, okay, we take a picture of her, whatever the fuck, and now we got to move on. You know, it's kind of like that symbolism, you know what I mean? Where like it's where she's doing the same thing to people, and now it's happening to her.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I get that. I see it. Movie critic, right? I see it. But for some reason, it doesn't sit right with me, because everything you've been through, you guys built the bond. I mean, even before this, they've been good friends. Yeah. Like with Sammy. And there was mourning for Sammy, but no mourning for Lee. And it's a wraps. It's done. Oh, she's dead. No, guess. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Walks off like, what the fuck going on here, man? Like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense. So, okay, now ready? My alternate ending?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My alternate ending.
Snuggle up with me,
Iron
Mario.
Man. Iron Man shows up. Dumbass. Iron Man shows up. Dumbass.
Iron Man shows
Am I late to the party? And just blasts the president. No, listen. This is my alternate ending. It's not that much change, right? But just maybe add an extra 5 minutes or something. I don't know. Okay, so we get the scene, right? We keep the scene where Jesse is in the middle, like, what the fuck, right? But this time we do what we said, where Lee saves her, but footballs tackles her. Right? And everything is ringing out. And she's like, yo, are you crazy? Whatever. Are you okay? Blah, 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 so-and-so. And then we find out that Lee was shot. She's shot. She's bleeding out. And he's like, oh my God, Lee, you're shot. He's like, it's fine, I'm fine. And then everybody's rushing into the president's in the president's room and everything. Joe's like, oh my God, are you guys okay? Lee's shot, blah, blah, blah. They have like a mini dialogue. And then, well, they have the president. We have to, like, I have to go. And Joel ends up leaving. right? She was like, she'll be fine. He ends up leaving. And then Jesse's like, no, I can't leave you. I can't leave you here. Like, you're fucking shot. You're bleeding. And then Lee, she reiterates that message of like, it's part of the job. I knew what I signed up for. And you got to do what you got to do to get that shot, to get that money shot. She's like, it's fine. Go. She's like, I can't leave you, so you have to get that shot or some bullshit. And then so Jesse leaves. They do that little scene, whatever the fuck, they do picture shit. And then she ends up coming back to Lee, but she comes back with Lee dead. You know what I mean? And then they have like a little dialogue at the end where they start mourning her, and like they start mourning basically how they did with Sammy, essentially. And they acknowledge her like for her pictures that she's gotten throughout the trip and like something like that. Something along the lines of that. What do you think, Hav? That's what I'm thinking.
That sounds good.
Come on, man. Damn me up. Come on. He said that sounds good, man. That sounds way better, bro, than what we got, bro. Come on. You don't think so, Hav?
It's alright, I guess. No, I'm kidding.
No, seriously, Hav. What do you think?
No, yeah, I mean that sounds good. I mean that sounds better. But I mean, I don't know, man, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it does make sense. Like, why is it that Joel is screaming his lungs out for Sammy, and he was having a meltdown, but he didn't freak out over Lee? And a part of me now is thinking, well, what if he was just letting out all that screaming, all that adrenaline, not from what happened to Sammy, but because of what they had to experience with those soldier guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
What if it wasn't so much mourning, but it was just like
true.
just all the emotions that were hitting him at once at that scene? All the anxiety, all the adrenaline that happened when those guys were shooting.
Well, that's true. I could definitely see that, but I guess the reason why I was thinking it was more for like Sammy
because that had just happened.
Because that just happened, and we get the scene of him being frustrated that Sammy's death was for nothing, and he was drinking too. He had like a bottle or something. He's like, Sammy's death, it was for nothing. It was for nothing good or whatever. So I don't know. I think I put those two together. I'm like, and plus they were friends and stuff. So I don't know, but like I said, I do understand, like, it's the roles are reversed. I just think that the ending that I described, I think would have been a lot better. We could have gotten like at least okay. The ending that I just gave, excuse me. It could have done both things. It could have done the mourning and acknowledgement of Lee, and it could have portrayed the message, leave me, it doesn't matter. I knew what I signed up for. You got to get that money shot at all costs.
Yeah.
It could have done those two things. Put me in the writer's room, Hav. Come on now, girl. So that's what I came up with. I'm like, dude, it does those two things, man. Hav's shaking his head, but this ending that I just gave is way fucking better. Whoever's listening to
you know what?
Shit,
I'll be
whoever's
honest.
listening.
I'll be honest. I hope
He's hating, bro.
I hope Hector becomes a writer.
Dumbass, man.
Just so he doesn't get royalties for when it goes on streaming.
Royalty.
And he goes on strike.
That's crazy.
Should have been you without a job for 3 months. I would have had Batman and Across the Spider-Verse by now.
Low key, bro.
Or not Batman, Penguin.
No, but I'm serious. Look, guys, whoever's listening, man, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a writer. This is.
But bro thinks he is.
That's facts.
No, I'm kidding.
No, that's facts, bro. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
does.
this is what I thought of, and it could have done those two things perfectly, in my opinion, man. And whoever's listening, right? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys agree? Maybe not. Do we miss something or whatever the fuck? This kind of reminds me of like the alternate ending I gave for Nope. Remember we did the Nope review?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was fire. Come on now, girl. Put me in the right room. But like I said, that's just what I think, man.
I'm telling you, man, if this movie comes out on
That was
DVD
fire.
or something,
I'm remembering now. I was like, oh yeah, that would have been cool.
For Nope?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Would that be
was-
fire?
yeah.
That's fire.
for me, I think like it's one of those things. Like if the movie comes out on Blu-ray and I find out there is not a director's cut and the ending's the same, I'm gonna be like, okay, man, what the fuck?
He's like, whatever, go down. There's got to be another.
Gotta be some new.
deleted scene.
Like, not gonna lie, bro. At first, I thought she wasn't dead. I thought like that was bulletproof vest. I'm like, okay, cool. Like she's gonna live. Like she's gonna come like in the room. Like, did I miss something? Lee, you're alive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But no, I guess she's dead.
It ends abruptly.
And it just ends like that.
Yeah.
It just ends that way. It's like, all right, well, no mourning, nothing. Jesse, don't give a fuck. Jesse got the money shot. She got the dead president with the soldiers. That's the money shot that she got.
That's some Pablo Escobar shit.
Low key, bro.
Remember
Yeah.
when they kill him?
Yeah, I remember.
And they're
Dude,
all
Narcos
like-
was really good.
That's
I
a
didn't
fire
see
show.
the. Was it the third season?
No, I didn't either.
Was it
For me,
with
the show
Pedro
pretty much.
Pascal?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
That's when they went over like to Miami.
Yeah, I
Miami
didn't see
people.
that.
For me, I literally my resolution with the show is when Pablo Escobar died, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Spoiler. Not really.
Spoiler.
It's history.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right. It's like,
but
I like when people are like spoilers. It's like, well,
Yeah,
technically, like Oppenheimer, I get it. Like you don't really know anything about going on like with that shit.
yeah.
Like what the fuck, bro? I didn't want to know Steve Jobs died in this movie.
That's actually funny too.
Like what?
It's actually funny.
Like I don't know. It's like it's history, y'all. It's not spoilers.
But okay, Mario, what did you think, bro? What do you think of Alter ending? What did you think about the ending? Actually, did you talk about? I don't think you did.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. It would have been a better ending because I did want more from the ending. If anything, I would have added
appreciate
more context to like
appreciate
the aftermath of what the fucking
I'm a
president.
writer
I
now.
would want to see more of like, hey,
Hector, you can't even buy tickets for
That's
us,
not
bro.
even. Listen, that's not even.
Get tickets for AMC for us.
Listen, that's not even. What's it called? That's not even writer. That's not even like a writer's thing. Like a writer, you have to do you have to write the actual dialogue and shit.
Like the screenplay.
Me, I'm just coming up with like the overall
Ideas.
like, picture. Like,
Yeah, I know.
y'all write it. I'm just. This is what we gotta
this is the overall
happen.
message. Now y'all just put it into words.
So
Type
what
shit.
You typed it out.
So what he basically does to us with the tickets.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Y'all get 3 tickets. Get it at this time, man. Y'all get it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we got A-list, bro. We got the entourage. What the fuck? That's all y'all, man.
It's funny, bro.
Oh,
I don't give a fuck on the seats.
That's funny. Oh my god.
But yeah, we got the A-list entourage, man.
Mm-hmm.
At least I do. I don't know about you, Jav. You still got
no,
your-
he has it back now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's in A. He went from
Oh,
B
you
to
do?
A.
Nice.
He saw them
dude.
Spider-Man movies.
Nice. For the past movies, man. You've been
I had to pay like
You been
$10.
you've been scammed, bro. That's crazy. Not me though. I'm not getting scammed. I don't know about you, girl. What you mean? That shit free. What you mean, girl?
You know what's weird?
What?
I know this is off topic. I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but remember those like you know how they're putting out the Spider-Man movies?
Uh-huh.
So like they're called this whole thing like Spider Mondays because every Monday a new Spider-Man movie is gonna come out in theaters. But my cousin went to go see the Toby Spider-Man last night,
Oh shit.
and I was like, wait, so is it gonna be all week? I thought it was just Mondays. That's why I was like, let
Yeah.
me get these tickets. But if it's all week,
that doesn't matter.
then low key we gotta go see Spider-Man 2, girl.
Spider-Man 2 is goated, bro. Spider-Man 2 is
goated.
fire. But
But yeah, man. No, I got my entourage shit back.
all right, nice. Good shit, bro. Good shit. But
Other than the ending, bro, I didn't really see anything wrong with this movie. There was a lot of scenes that stood out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would have liked to, I don't know.
what?
Call me morbid. I would like to have
shit.
seen more fucked up
gore.
shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
I would like to have seen like more
Oh,
shit, like
that-
like that scene in the car wash when you had those 2 people hanging.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wanted to see more scenes like that.
He's like on some Saw shit, bro. Like, what the
Like
fuck?
not
Put him in
torture
a trap.
scenes. No, not like
him in a
torture
trap.
scenes. I just wanted to see like other
I
fucked
get
up
you.
shit like that, like
I think one that we got was in the beginning
that dude
was
in the
where
tire.
where they got set on fire. That was gnarly.
No, it's fucked.
I like the intro too, where where Lee's in the streets, whatever, and then that's where she meets Jesse, and then that fucking suicide bomber, bro.
That riot shit, yeah.
Yeah, that girl. It was a girl that she takes an American flag or something and runs into the
the crowd.
the crowd and just blows up. That shit was crazy. And the fact that Lee was so experienced that I already knew what was happening. She's like, "Yo, oh shit, get down, bitch running with American flag to the crowd, run, bitch, get down." That shit was crazy. I thought that was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, what else? Mario, is there anything else,
know.
man? Mario's looking at his bets and shit. Like that's crazy to me. But all right.
I mean, no, not that, but yeah.
But is there any? Mario? Is there any final thoughts, bro? Anything else?
Nah, man. This is. Yeah, just watch the movie, bro. This should.
The
Pleasantly
ending
surprising.
fire.
Nah.
I prefer the movies.
That's crazy. That's crazy, huh? I prefer the movies. I prefer the movies. That's crazy.
I thought he was gonna say something to that, but he
I
didn't.
know. I was
like,
expecting him to
be like, whoa. You know
just
what I mean?
Hulk out, bro.
Yeah.
But just Hulk out in this bitch. Nah, man. But that's. let
Wait,
me know what you guys
mean
think.
Hulk out?
Hulk out.
Oh, like your shit's
Sexually?
gonna come off? Do it.
What?
Hey yo.
What did he say? I said sexually. What did he say? What did he say?
He said, "Well, my thing's gonna come out."
I said, what do you mean Hulk out? Like your shit's gonna rip? All right, go ahead. Like I won't stop you.
What the fuck? You're gonna Hulk out. That means your clothes are gonna be off, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Including your
Hulk
underwear.
it.
That'll
Including
teach
your
us.
underwear. Yeah, that'll teach us.
That'll teach us. Fuck you. You're a bitch.
I pull out my phone. I pull out the camera from Civil War.
Oh yeah. Did you know what's
Yo,
crazy,
that
too?
gadget,
It's
Jesse,
like, why not
bro.
record it? Like they're just taking pictures. I would record that.
Some of them
Oh
are.
shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if that camera supports video.
Oh yeah.
My thing is like, why also didn't they record? Like, that would be
I don't
cool.
know, bro. Yeah,
'Cause-
maybe they're just photos.
Yeah,
I mean, we see
yeah.
other journalists do it. The other.
But imagine getting an actual video of it. Like,
That's,
what the fuck?
yeah.
That'd be cool.
But yo, that gadget Jesse was using, like when
Which
they're
one?
at that stadium, where to see the film.
Oh, to
she
see the
like
film
put it
shit?
through this.
Oh,
thing
you
and
saw
put
that?
your
That was
phone.
cool, bro.
That was
I was
cool
like,
shit.
what the fuck? That's a thing.
She had the iPhone and shit. She
Yeah.
had like some doohickey in the back,
Yeah, on top of it.
and like putting the film through it, and you could see it. Yeah, it was.
That was
crazy.
cool.
Yeah. I wonder if that's actually real or it's like a thing they made up for the
Nah,
movie.
it's got to be real.
It's probably real. Yeah, it's probably real.
I bet
But
that was cool.
with that being said, guys, that's gonna be it for our review for Civil War. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.
See ya.